What's going on, guys? This is a big video. There's going to be two big exciting changes that have and are happening that is going to level me the fuck up in regards to being the best bodybuilder I possibly can be. And like I say, I'm very, very excited about this. A lot of you might know from following me on Instagram and listening to the podcast that after coaching myself for the majority of my bodybuilding journey, I've now decided to get a coach. And the coach that I'm working with is Cuba. Cuba, how's it going, man?
Cuba. Cuba's a country, bro. I'm great, man. How are you?
Cuba.
That's it. That's better.
All
That's
right.
better. Bit bass in it.
I don't want to butcher the last name.
Yeah, just don't bother.
Coaching myself was fun. It allowed me to learn a lot about myself, challenge myself, and to try things out. It also held me accountable to learning new things, applying critical thinking, and refining my intuition. There was a genuine sense of pride knowing that I got results from my own accord. And it has gone well. I mean, I was able to get my pro card with it, and I've made a good amount of progress. Whilst that was rewarding and definitely fun, the reason I ended up deciding to work with a coach is I think after a while of being in charge of my own progress, it could be easy to lose objectivity and to gain blind spots in the process. The goal for me is to be a great pro. And eventually I want to be winning pro shows and stepping on the Olympia stage. With bodybuilding, you are pretty much making an educated guess with how to approach the process and what is going to be best to get you towards the goal. So you will have a hypothesis of this is how I'm going to apply myself on a daily basis to give me the best progress towards the goal that I have in mind. Then you see the fruits of your decisions after repeating it months down the line. It's very mentally taxing to try and take an educated guess on what is going to be the best way to approach being the best professional bodybuilder I can be, and not change my mind in that process in attempts to find another approach that may be even just a little bit better. And that can look like adding another set, or maybe reducing my volume, or adding another exercise, or changing something with my PEDs, or changing the calories that I'm on. And bodybuilding requires monotonous consistency, doing the right things. I think the longer that you go without external input, it's easier to stray further away from objectivity and fall into rabbit holes. As a coach myself, I can tell you that it is much easier to do it from the outside with another person as it is trying to do it for yourself, by yourself. It's much more easier to make objective, non-emotional decisions when you're not the one that has to execute them on a daily basis. I'm also well aware that I don't know everything, and I've never coached someone to win a pro show. So the thought of me doing that for the first time with myself against genetically gifted individuals with world-class coaches makes it hard for me to be at peace with one particular approach, and to also be confident I'm not leaving any progress on the table with the approach that I'm taking. Because again, you can't keep changing your approach, but also at the same time, you've got to be confident that the approach that you're taking is the best approach that you can take. So it's a hard line to walk. Recognizing this, I've had to ask myself a few questions. What's more important, the goal of being an Olympian, or to say that I'm self-coached? Could I get to the goal on my own? Who knows? But am I going to risk investing potentially years to find out? These are valuable years. I don't have an infinite amount of them. Also, if I did, would I be able to enjoy bodybuilding whilst second guessing the whole process and having the stress, the pressure, trying to do it the best that I can? Would I be able to truly be present within the process of bodybuilding and enjoy the journey? Probably not. And is my ego really that big that I have to only do it by myself and I can't have any input externally? I would like to think not. I also think it would be cool to have a team to work on this goal with. So I decided off the back of pretty much that thought process that working with a coach would be best. But the reluctancy of deciding to work with a coach is that I didn't want to just work with a popular coach where I could just be another number to them. And I didn't want someone to be telling me to do the same shit I was doing on my own accord anyway, and to be paying half the attention that I was paying myself. I wanted to work with someone who was just as obsessed with this, if not more obsessed with with the goal and the pursuit. I also wanted to work with someone who was coached at the level that I wanted to be at. Someone that would hold me to standards that I haven't even thought of and show me the blind spots that I've potentially missed whilst coaching myself. I believe that person to be Kuba. This guy has ridiculous standards and is very anal about being as accurate as possible with day-to-day execution across every element of the process and aims to be as optimal as possible towards the goal. So much so that some people might find that off-putting, but where I'm at, I think that would suit me to a T. A big thing that stuck out to me though was that Kuba was interested and actually cared about how my bodybuilding was going before the discussion of even working together was about. Like when he offered advice, it was coming from what he'd seen from following my journey over the years and seeing what I was doing and where I could apply myself better. So he genuinely gave a shit. That was very important because I didn't want someone who just knew things and wasn't paying enough attention to actually apply them to how they needed to be applied to me as an individual. Also, how I wanted to approach this next phase with what I mentioned in the first video of the series with things like having a leaner off season, maintaining decent health markers, with the sort of way that I wanted to do things was very much in line with how he'd want to do things. So we were compatible in that sense. But of course, he has much more experience of doing this at a pro level with heavily muscled guys. So I believe that he would know exactly how to execute what I want to execute and, how to get me there, basically. That is pretty much what sealed the deal with wanting to work with Kuba. So I'm 2 weeks working with Kuba, and at the moment we're priming to grow like a motherfucker. So the focus is improving composition, improving biofeedback, and we're looking at improving things like blood pressure, insulin sensitivity. So the body is in a great place to grow and put on 20 to 30 pounds and still be in a decent enough position to start prep. Like I say, the aim is to really just push up nice and lean. So we're responsive, we're healthy, and we don't have a ton of work through pulling off a bunch of body fat to get stage lean for prep. Part of priming is also stripping training right back. So we could pattern a brand new split, new exercises, a new exercise order, and adjust to that, which I'm eager to not change anytime soon because it feels like I've been changing my training for all year, basically. And like I say, just need to stick to one thing. And this is going to be the split that I will be sticking to. I promise you. If I'm not, you can fucking slap me. So that split's going to be push, pull, legs, rest, upper, lower, rest. We're also refining execution to be perfect. Like I say, Cooper's quite anal with everything being executed perfectly throughout the process. Training is a big one. So we've stripped back training in regards to the load that's lifted so that we can be pain-free, everything is lined properly, and we improve the stimulus through training accuracy rather than just increase the load. So this means that I'll recover better and I'll be able to do more recoverable volume, which I can grow more from. And I can also guarantee longevity because, again, the results are made over the long term. We want to be able to guarantee consistent, good sessions and not go, oh shit, I'm in pain, maybe I'll back off this session and da-da-da-da-da. And it's not like my training was, I was performing things, terribly, or my training was bad before. Again, the whole thing now is about operating at a higher level, the highest level that we can possibly operate at, to guarantee as much progress as physically possible. So an overview of the current POA. Steps are currently at 12K daily. Food is 4,164 calories, 312 protein, 569 grams of carbs, and 66 grams of fat on a training day. Non-training day is 3,597 calories, 315 grams of protein, 417 grams of carbs, and 69 grams of fats. PDs are 600 milligrams of Primo, 800 milligrams of Test, 200 milligrams of Mast, 10 IU of Lantus slow release insulin, that would be the AM, and 10 IU of HGH before bed. And that's just a current brief overview of the plan. We'll be priming for at least another 4 weeks and then we'll push up from there. But this doesn't mean that we're not in a position where we could gain muscle. I mean, so far things are pretty good. I'm settling into the new routine of everything. I'm just even getting used to having a coach again and tracking, having my own sheets as a client, and I'm tracking more extensively than I have done in regards to just even how many shits I'm having a day. And my overall day-to-day routine has changed, which I will vlog the routine, not the shit, and keep you guys in the loop of, what the crack is, basically. But so far, I have noticed that my physique is looking fresher and it's getting a little bit tighter, even fuller, despite lifting a lot less weight in the gym. So something is working right, That is not all. Poor God, we've got another massive announcement. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to announce this. This is another thing that is very much in line with me leveling up to be the best bodybuilder I possibly can be. And I am very excited to announce that I am sponsored by Trained by JP. No word of a lie, this has been one of my goals in bodybuilding for years, to be working with these guys. For years, I've genuinely used and sworn by their products. I've recommended them to clients. I've repped, loved the clothing. If there ever was a brand that truly represented me and my passion for bodybuilding, it would be Trained by JP. In my opinion, they are the best bodybuilding brand out there. We literally have every possible product someone who is taking this serious would want or need. The dosages, the formulations, ingredients, the best, just everything is the best that you could possibly get, you know? That's, again, in line with everything being held to the best standard it possibly can be. So, and like I said, I've thought this for the longest time. So it makes it easy to be sponsored by these guys because I could just easily talk passionately about something that I genuinely feel strongly about, and that is, this brand is fucking sick, essentially, is what I'm saying. This is why I am proud to say you can get money off your clothing and supplements on the Trained by JP site by using the code 2easy10 at the checkout. Please use it so I can keep my sponsorship. I received my first parcel from them, so let's check out what's inside. It's heavy. I think this has got to be like up there with the most supplements I've ever received in one go. It's like, it is like Christmas. Okay. So we have MPS Max Peached Ice Tea, which is like, these are like EAAs on steroids. I'm just going to lucky dip this. Creatine. Creatine, man. It's you know about creatine. Glutamine. Something that I haven't had in, but it's part of the plan. So we've got some glutamine in. Then vital support, on-cycle support, boom. Omegas. Oh, this looks good, doesn't it? Oh yeah. Okay, so we've got Performance Fuel. Bam. Another one for the intra. Pina colada flavor. Okay. We've got Love Heart. Bosch. So that's going to be for the heart and the kidneys. Yes, I've been like super excited about this. We have the limited edition of Performance Protein, and the flavor is golden caramel cookie shake. Fuck yeah, that's so sexual. I'm so excited about that, man. That's some of the Trained by JP products that I'll be using. But that is pretty much everything I have to tell you, basically. We've got a sick new coach, we've got a sick new sponsor. So I should, in theory, I should be a good bodybuilder at some point, you know? Hopefully. We'll see. But yeah, 2easy10. Please, yeah, use the code 2easy10. 2easy10. And I'm going to say that a lot. I'm just going to be honest, I will be saying that a lot. 2easy10. What else? Yeah, 2easy10. Stay tuned for the continuous level up. And I appreciate you guys, as always, for supporting, for watching. Yeah, if you haven't subscribed already, do it. Give us a like, comment, do whatever, man. Yeah. Or block me if you never want to see me again. That's okay. But hopefully I'll see you for the next one.